What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Intentional Husband Podcast. I'm your host, Andre Poole, and today we're going to talk about Valentine's Week, man. We are in Valentine's Week, and guess what, husbands? This is your opportunity to shine, okay? To start fresh if things have been rough, or maybe they've been great. Whatever the case may be, this is an opportunity for you. It's holidays like this I call an easy win. And the reason I call it an easy win is because it's an easy opportunity for you to get something, do something, express something to your spouse in the manner that she would receive it. Okay. Now, here's the thing when it comes to holidays. All right. And this is something you want to start getting in a habit of. A really good goal when it comes to holidays, birthdays, or whatever the case may be, is to be able to give her something of value that she values, not what you value. Okay. Like, for me, any piece of tech of any sort, a TV, a phone, speaker, any form of tech whatsoever, I'm going to enjoy. Me giving my wife a form of tech, she would probably be like, okay, but there's no meaning, there's no substance to it, if that makes sense, right? But the way you achieve, or the way you find out what to get your spouse, is you should be studying your spouse continually. You should be studying your spouse continually. I mean, throughout the year. I have a list on my phone that I use throughout the year. And what happens is maybe we'll, be in conversation and she'll mention like, man, if I had, just to give an example, man, I don't know, man, I haven't had a pedicure in months. That's something I'm going to do, on my next paycheck or whatever the case may be, right? Guess what I just did? I just put that in my phone in the list of gifts to give to her, right? Or maybe she talked about, it could be anything, fuzzy socks. It could be a particular cake from this specialty cake shop. Or it could be this piece of jewelry. And I understand sometimes money can be an issue, but if you know what the things are that she wants, and let's say the holidays and until months later, if you know what it is months prior, you can begin saving and put aside money for that now because you've begun the studying process. Now, just a pro tip here, the studying process is never over. Okay, it's something you want to continue to do. So I recommend getting a list, getting some type of, it can be an app on your phone. I'll tell you mine, okay? So there's this app called Our Groceries. I know, right? I know we're not talking about groceries, but just stay with me, okay? All right? So it's called Our Groceries. Now, this is an app that can be shared with anyone in the household so that way they can put groceries in it. But here's the thing. When you go and create a grocery list, you can create other lists. So one of the lists that I created in there are Christine's gifts. Now, I know what you're probably saying. Andre, you just said that list could be shared with other people. So you're probably sharing that with your spouse. I am sharing the grocery list with my spouse. Well, then wouldn't she see the gift list? Yes. Well, Dre, I don't want her to see the gift list. I want it to be a surprise. Listen here, okay? Listen carefully. If you are focused on trying to surprise your wife all the time, you're not focused on the right thing. Okay? We're talking about marriage, all right? So your spouse is not going to be checking that list every 5 seconds. Let's start there, all right? 1, she ain't got the time for that. 2, if she sees stuff on the list, she's actually going to be excited. So she may know what's coming, but it's okay. Don't worry about that. Now, something outside of that, if it's something where you want to have it solely just for yourself, then just don't share it to her. You don't have to. All right. It's a choice by choice thing. My wife and I, we prefer to share it with each other. She puts stuff on her list for me, and I see some of the stuff. She sees some of mine, and we can, pick and choose sometimes, right? And then there's other times when we want to surprise each other, But we're at the point where we just leave the list and let it be. And there's so many things on the list. I don't know which thing on the list she's going to get for me. So it's just a cool way to kind of know that, man, my wife's thinking about me. She's adding more stuff to the list. Man, my husband's thinking about me. She's adding more stuff to the list. So doing something like that is very, very helpful. But last thing here, back to Valentine's week. So just a couple things you can do. Now, I know some of you guys know about the other options as far as like flowers, candy, things like that. I know that's great. I want to challenge you, husbands. And if you don't have time to plan it this time, because I know this is Tuesday and Valentine's Day is on Friday, understandable. But this is something I did once and it was impactful. To this day, my wife says that was her best Valentine's Day ever. So instead of taking her to a restaurant, make your living room a restaurant. Instead of taking her to get a steak dinner, you cook the steak dinner. Put the flowers up there, light the candles. Well, Dre, this is stuff you see on TV. Listen, do it. It will be impactful. Have her go upstairs and say, you can't come down until I say everything is set. You go get ready, put on your nice dress, but make it look fancy. There's some balloons you put up. I may even post some photos at the end of this video just so you can see what that was and when that was. But do something unique. Find that unique thing that you can do. Again, I understand this is the week of. Maybe this is something you can prep and plan for next holiday, birthday, Valentine's Day, whatever the case may be. But search to find that unique thing that you can do for your spouse and watch the love just begin to spill over. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Love y'all. Y'all have a good one.